Good morning, everyone. This is Ravi. So today we'll be looking at something called the adverse problem. So before that, let's speak something about ads on the web engine. So for example, if you're searching for some information about something on some web search, for example, if you're searching for UNC Charlotte on Google, so you'll be getting some information related to UNC Charlotte. Afterwards, if you have opened Amazon and you have searched for a product, so, and then you again started to search for another information on another website. If you can observe clearly, you'll be seeing ads about the product which you have searched for recently. So this is nothing but the relevant ads which are displayed to you based on your search history. So if you think about it, the information which you have searched will be stored in your cookies and it will be accessed by the bidders or by the advertisers, and accordingly some relevant ads will be shown to you. But the problem arises when what kind of ads, for example, if you search for two products, so what product should be shown to you? Also um, depends on many constraints. So that is something called as the AdWords problem. So in our AdWords problem, some of the overview is nothing but when a query is sent from the user to the server. That means when a user is searching for something, then what are the results which are shown to the user? That is the goal. So the goal is to respond to that query with a relevant ad. It is, also can be told as online keyword matching, which is nothing but if you have searched for something, if you have for example, if you're searching something in Google, you'll be giving some keywords. So based on those keywords also, ads will be shown to you. Some of the known constraints for these are, you know the click-through rate for each ad. So that means nothing but in a span of some time, if the ad is shown like in a span of 10 minutes, if the ad is shown like for 5 minutes, for 5 times, so how many times have you clicked the ad? Also, how many number of relevant ads are shown to you? This mainly depends on the budgets of the advertiser. So for example, a particular advertiser has not much budget, so he can show only once or twice. But if the advertiser has enough budget, he can show the same ad multiple times. So it depends on many constraints. So to solve this AdWords problem, we have something. So yeah, we have some bunch of algorithms present. The basic algorithms which we'll be using are the greedy algorithm, and the balance algorithm also comes under the same. Greedy algorithm is the basic algorithm which we'll be using for this AdWords problem. For using the greedy algorithm, there are specific set of environment, a specific set of rules to be followed before that. That means, for example, for every query, only one ad should be shown. Also, all the advertisers, as we have spoken before, the ads are shown based on the budget of the advertisers. But if you want to use the greedy algorithm approach, every advertiser will have the same equal budget, and all the ads will have the equal probability to be clicked. That means the click-through rate also is equal for all the ads being shown. So these are some of the constraints for using the greedy algorithm. It is not exactly a perfect algorithm, but yeah, works fine. Coming to the next algorithm, it is the balance algorithm. It is kind of a slight improvement to the greedy algorithm, where the competitive ratio is improved. In the greedy algorithm, the competitive ratio is not that great, but in the balance algorithm, the competitive ratio, that means the ratio as to where how many ads are being shown to the user also is way better in the balance algorithm. So if you can see the slide, there are some scenarios, where we can get to know exactly what is the difference between the balance algorithm as well as the greedy algorithm. For example, consider there are two advertisers, A and B, and also there are two queries, X and Y. So if you can see on the right hand side, both the budgets of A and B are $4. So A bids on query X, B bids on both query X and Y. So also the query stream which is coming is 4 times X and then 4 times Y. The worst case for the greedy algorithm, sorry, for the greedy algorithm, the possible greedy choice will be B, 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 B. Because B is bidding on both X and Y, since here both X and Y are present, so it's good for B. But the optimal will be A and B, because if you can see here, it is equal probability for both A and B. So the competitive ratio will be 1/2 in this case. Because A has repeated 4 times, B also has repeated 4 times. But the balance choice, if you use the balance algorithm, the choice will be B, and then we don't know what will happen. But the optimal choice is also again A. So the competitive ratio, if you compare over here, it is 3/4. So the worst case of this algorithm, the competitive ratio, the worst case competitive ratio is 0.63 in our case. So to overcome both these balance algorithm and greedy algorithm, there is something called generalized balance algorithm. In this case, the bid amount is also considered. So for example, along with the budget, the bid amount by the advertiser. So for example, if the advertiser A is willing to spend X dollars, the advertiser B is willing to spend more than X dollars, the advertiser B is given more preference. In this case, there is another component to Y is calculated. That is nothing but the factoring the budget and the bid. So both are considered. So consider the query X and the bidder is I. So bid is given as Xi. The budget is being given as Bi based on the bidder. So the amount spent so far is M considered in this case. The fraction of the budget remaining is fraction is given as 1 minus Mi by Bi. Yeah. So it is Mi by Bi. In this case, you can allocate the query Q to bidder I with the largest Y value. This is the component which we'll be defining using this. So the worst case scenario is the same. It is 1 minus 1 by, but it's kind of better. Coming to the questions, what is the best way to describe CTR and how do you calculate it? CTR is nothing but the click-through ratio. The answer is click-through ratio is a report card or something like that, with a data which shows how the ads are performing. So a simple formula can be used, which is the number of clicks by the total number of impressions. So number of times it is seen is the total number of impressions. The number of clicks is actually the total number of times the user has clicked on that ad. So that is useful for calculating the click-through ratio of the same. So what is the competitive ratio of the generalized balance algorithm? As we have discussed before, the answer is 1 minus 1 by E.